Y'all already know I don't like intros, so we can get right into this. Yes, I'm a chapter review channel now. At the end of this video, I'll get into all the manga I want to get into. Don't worry, y'all will still get AMVs, edits, and all that. I will just be supplementing my channel with more material, right? With more genres of work, you know what I'm saying? But to all my Blue Lock fans in the audience, this is for y'all. I want to just get straight into this chapter review because I've got a lot of things to say about this chapter, namely the beginning, right? So Blue Lock chapter 330. Now, one thing I want to say is we've already got NPCs, man. One thing you're going to learn about me and about how I feel about this manga here throughout the chapter reviews that are coming, right? I do not like NPCs in my games. I do not like NPCs in Blue Lock. I really do not like it, right? I think it detracts from the match. I think it makes it less entertaining. If you're telling me, for example, let's look at this lineup. If you're telling me that Hugo, Charles, and Loki are the only individuals on this team that are good, that is heavily disappointing to me. And that is a major hit to the entirety of Blue Lock's lineup here in terms of their power scaling, for lack of a better term, right? Because you tell me these guys go through grueling training, they live and breathe soccer, they are going through a cruel regimen and going into an insane training facility with like a world class coach and all these different things, and you're telling me at the highest level they can only amount to three good players on the opposing team? There was the same problem with Nigeria. All they had was a Bona, Kuso, and Onazi. It's the same thing, just it's a 3v11. Like, it's just the most boring stuff, the most formulaic stuff as well, right? I genuinely don't expect anything from anybody else on this team, but I'd be pleasantly surprised if, you know, we had our own version of the Iron Wall Quartet. Because in the U20 match, for example, you had Sendo, Shido, Sai. That's the offense, that's the midfield. Then you had the Iron Wall Quartet. They were all good. They were all good for the time. Of course, they're not good anymore except for Aiku. But at that point, that was like what, like a 7v11, right? That's still better than a 3 versus 11. At the very least, that's still better, right? So at that point, I could respect the amount of NPCs that were in that match. And it's not even like players like Hayate had internal dialogue and were actually making good and intelligent movements towards the ball, right? He nearly got the ball from Isagi if it wasn't for Baro's unprecedented play. So even when it came to the NPCs in that match, they were still putting in some level of effort. Like, you could see it, right? The offense was still making runs, all these different things. Of course, we see in this chapter that France's offense makes runs, but it's just like, if we don't have an equivalent to the Iron Wall Quartet, if we just have Charles and Loki here, I'm gonna be heavily disappointed. And I'm already disappointed so far because you got returning bums like Gabin, Chappie, fake New Gen 11 Chappie, Renoir, the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen in my life, right? Shit, you got even Moro, an NPC goalkeeper. He was able to block a shot. Like, come on, bro. Agbim, he's ass, and he's able to block a shot. Renoir can't block shit for his life. Given he's getting shot on by Isagi and Kaiser, insane, impossible shots coming his way. Hopefully he does something here, but I doubt it, right? Goalkeepers in this manga just don't exist. So the only people I have hope for are Bats. I don't know why his name is Bats and why his eyes are black, but whatever. Leiden, Camus, Hermes, and Dylan. Those are the only hope I can put into this match. And why are they segregated like this? Like, why is one side white and the other side is black? You know what? Whatever. We're not worried about France and their ethics, right? Freaking Africa 11. I don't know what Ego's doing. Chigiri's still on the wrong side. You want him to be an inverted wingback for literally no reason. Just put him on the right. Like, we don't need Hiyori up there. In fact, if you switch, right, he could better easily synergize with Isagi. You've got Rayo on the other side. That doesn't even work for me because you can just move Rayo alongside him. Like, it doesn't matter where you put Rayo. In fact, it's better to put Rayo on the left because he can also do Chigiri's 44 Panther if you just move these two, right? But whatever. And then if you move Batra and Hiyori, they literally control the right. They completely and utterly control the right, like Isagi and Corona did back in Manshine before Isagi got Metavision, with a triple chemical reaction between Bachira, Hiyori, and Isagi. We already know Hiyori's only as good as he can play with Isagi, so put him on that side. I see no reason not to. So we got the commentators here. They are talking about the France U20 team. And again, I reiterate my point about this whole 3 versus 11 debacle in NPCs. They are called the golden generation who will secure France's future for the next 10 years. The U20 team is led by Loki. Okay, so obviously we know Loki makes the whole team top heavy, right? He's a world-class level player. He's on the level of Noah. We get it. But you got the whole team. The team is called the golden generation, not Hugo, not Charles. The team in and of itself is called the golden generation. So if all these other motherfuckers end up being NPCs, I might end everything right now, right? We got Japan, we got the Isagi banner, everything's looking nice. I got no problems with these. All right, we got the away kits, way tougher. I wish they just changed the kits, period. I wish they just reused the blue lock kits from the U20 match. Y'all could have done way more, but whatever. Now, we got Loki and Isagi meeting up. I just know Loki's gonna start talking the most shit as soon as he scores. We got this interesting interaction right here. Charles says Shido-chan isn't starting today either. Batra, he says, yeah, he's on the bench. And Charles insinuates that because of the lack of presence of Shido Ryusei, that France is going to mollywop Japan. When I say this is the purest and the most kindest agenda Kaneshiro could ever give me, I have no idea what to say. Because to be honest, off rip, I'm just gonna let y'all know this is my first Blue Lock video. Fuck Isagi, fuck Rin, okay? We want Baro, we want Shido. So Shido upscale just off of this alone. So there was another Blue Lock YouTuber who addressed this, right? And said that Isagi, I'm pretty sure it was Arrow Assassin. He said that Isagi here, according to his dialogue, is entering this match under a restrictive style ego, right? So he says whoever wins will get as close as possible to the finals. Convert this pressure into defiance. That's literally the textbook definition of a restrictive ego, right? Turning whatever pressure, whatever rules, whatever despair, whatever malice, whatever's going on, turning that into energy so that you can use it to defy whatever rules are set, right? Whatever expectations are set. So under that pretense, Isagi is going into this match with a restrictive style ego, which in my opinion, if this is true, right? If this interpretation is correct, this seals Isagi's fate from the beginning. Because we've seen every time a player goes outside or plays outside of their ego type, right? Because of course the ego type is what gets you into peak performance. It's the predictor for the ultimate challenge that will get you into your peak performance. If Isagi is going into this with the wrong mindset off rip, there's no peak performance coming in this match from Isagi. I'll be honest, there's none. Of course, if this continues to trend, right? If Isagi continues to keep this mindset. So we've seen it with Baro, where he tried to prove to the world that he was the best using the Neo Egos League. That's a world style ego, right? He only scored his second goal. He only scored the gamble shot because he was diving into his restriction. He was diving into his own definition of the world's best, right? Even if he loses, he'll die in a blaze of glory by his own rules, by his own standards, right? If he's the best in the world by his own standards, he doesn't have to prove it to the rest of the world. Simple. And that's where Baro is at his best. So if you're telling me, this is where my agenda comes in. If you're telling me that the pressure, that the overwhelming force that is France is causing restriction, then we know who we need. But at the same time, I don't want them to join the match because I know how the community gets. If anybody gets subbed out for them, they're gonna blame, especially one of the two main strikers, they're gonna blame Isagi and Shido. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Shido got subbed in. That's why we lost." I could already see the bullshit. I can already see the bullshit in my head. I can already see it. Right? So we had kickoff. We get these guys' designs. Man, these niggas are ugly as shit, man. Holy crap, these niggas are ugly. Like, dang, they're ugly. Average French person look. That's the average French person look. That's what they look like. Hugo says zoom. We getting deeper into the match. And I don't have much to say beyond this point. I mean, this is pretty par for the course. Loki's captain band disappears. That's cool. Hugo gets past Rin and Isagi. Hiyori says there's too many dangerous spots to protect, not like you could protect them, Hiyori. Now, Hugo goes beep, 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 focus, and then slams a shot straight towards Loki. And I'm thinking to myself, do we have another artist? This is where the bullshit begins. Y'all three can cover him, right? Y'all three can cover him from the front, I guess. It's not like Loki couldn't just blitz past these losers anyway, because look what the hell they do. Why are they acting like they're IQ's shadow clones? Like, why are they so freaking close to this? Whatever. They can't see Charles doing a diagonal run with metavision. I guess Charles gets his gremlin shot off. We see the Charles eye again. I'm still waiting for this eye to be revealed because it's clearly not metavision. He doesn't use it like metavision. He only uses it when he's passing or shooting in this case. Dagamaru's one save per match isn't coming. Not yet. I don't even think he's gonna get it this match, to be honest. Crazy gremlin shot straight to the back of the net. Insane curve on it as well. Anyway, so that's the end of the video. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, entertaining this new format of video, right? Expect chapter reviews for Strike It Rich, and expect chapter reviews for Kagurabachi as well. Of course, not this week, but when the new chapters release. If there's any other manga that you guys want me to cover, let me know. If you say Sakamoto Days, I'm not covering that. I'll be honest. No insult to the Sakamoto Days fan. I used to be one of y'all. I just don't care anymore. More AMVs on the way, no doubt about that. And yeah, I hate outros. I'm out.